Right. Hello, everybody. Happy Black Friday Fangirlz Assemble.
Yeah.
We had to move things around because originally we're like, okay, Thursdays, right? This month. But then, yesterday was Thanksgiving, so that doesn't work. And then we're like, okay, we'll do one on Friday. And then I was like, hey, actually, can we move it to 4? And Kristan's great, so she said yes. So here we are talking about Buffy Deluxe Volume 2 by Boom. Don't worry, we won't talk about this for long. There'll be time for Q&A because I only have complaints. So there will be other
the whole time.
various comic and media talk towards the end. But before we do that, we should talk about our wonderful sponsor, StockTrades.com, where you can buy all your collected editions for up to 50% off. And if you spend $50, you get free shipping in the US. Again, I think you gotta buy them books now if you want them before Christmas. But you know what a great Christmas gift is that you get and I never get, and I'm incredibly jealous of you, is gift cards in StockTrades.com. I don't know what I have to do to get that. But
yeah, my awesome in-laws usually gift me an In-Stock Trades gift card, and it's the best. You should go there, by the way, today, because they are having a Black Friday sale. 45% off DC, 42% off Marvel.
Which is
you
great.
Can't get better than that. You just can't. That's almost 50. It's just so close. And they still have those deeply discounted omnibus on the front page, so check those out.
Oh, so people are here. Happy Black Friday.
Yay.
Deck Collector, and Grimskull, and Chris Brogan, and Hayden, and Mary, and Comics First of the World, and James. Hi.
Hey, everyone.
So, Buffy Deluxe Volume 2. So, I did not buy the copy. You have a copy of it.
It is beautiful.
It was like $50 on Amazon, and I was like, you know what? I technically own all the things that are in here.
It's a bit steep. Let's see. I'm going to check if you can still get it on IST, because that is where I got it, and that is where you're going to get the best deal if you do want it.
Yep. So instead of reading the deluxe, I have the first deluxe, which issues 9 through 12 are in the second deluxe as well.
Good times, Boom. What are you doing?
Also, I have the Hellmouth hardcover, which collects the 4 issues of the Hellmouth that are in there, or 5. And I have Angel, which has 5 through 8 also in the Deluxe Volume 2. The only thing missing is all of the wonderful covers that are collected. They do show some of the covers. If you already have the other versions of this, you don't need a double dip. And also, you don't need it. I'm just going to tell you right now. You know me. I've said forever, okay, it's garbage. I'm still going to buy it. I think I'm done.
And that's saying something. Let's just real quick show you the beauty of the 2 hardcovers together. They are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Hardcovers. They're oversized art. They go together nicely. I like what they're doing with the pages. I like what they're doing with the spines. Okay, they're cute. So, if you really, the backs are like exactly the same, which is interesting. Just a different color.
Yeah.
But, okay. You can still get this Hellmouth Deluxe Volume 2 technically on IST. It is $41 today. That is a steal.
That's better.
For this honkin' hardcover.
Because even on Amazon, it's over $50.
Yeah. So, support them. And don't worry about your book arriving damaged, P.S. But would I recommend buying this? No. Did I buy it anyway? Yeah. It
looked good on your shelf.
It is. That's
the one reason I would buy it. I would buy it on my shelf and get rid of the individual books, I think. So, here it is. I think they included Angel 5 through 8 because they do attribute it to being a Hellmouth event in here. They even write it on the trade. I do not see any relation other than Angel leaves to go here.
You know where he went. Yeah.
Yeah, he leaves during the book and goes to Sunnydale to participate in the Hellmouth event. To me, the 2 aren't exactly linked. I also feel the same way about Buffy issues 9 through 12, personally. I do not really see a relation between the 2. It just helps that you know who is who before going into it. But it does not itself really relate to the main event. So that when when that Scooby Gang shows up somehow, for some reason, that's why they're there, and you know that what happened to a certain character.
Yeah, you do see like what's going on in Sunnydale while Buffy's gone. So, that's the tie-in, I suppose.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a typical event. Like we think about Marvel and DC events where you have to get this issue and this one and this one and this one. And so they're like, hey, let's tie them all together. So you must read everything. And it's like, do you need to? I mean, I guess
for this one.
Not really.
I would say the only reason would be like, yeah, you could just say, have a little note say, hey, Angel's leaving to go be in this event.
Yeah.
We'll be back in this issue.
Yeah, BRB.
Then that would have been fine. But I don't think you need the rest. So that was interesting because reading it together did not feel like it really added or detracted from any of it. It just felt like, hey, we put these 3 things together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Hellmouth portion, I mean, I enjoyed reading it, but I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot happening at once, and this is my complaint about the other one as well. That like throughout these 3 different properties together, they tried to push so much together and it didn't quite make sense. It didn't really come together the way that I think they wanted it to. And because they're doing too much, a lot gets missed. And a lot of times I found myself reading. Now I read fast, so I do doubt myself when I'm reading stuff. But being like, did I miss something? Like, I read all of this. I feel like I've missed something here, but no, I haven't.
Yeah, my favorite part of that statement is this is the second time I'm reading this. And I still read it and was like, huh, some of that didn't make sense. And I felt consistently that way throughout. I'm up to like issue, I want to say almost 30 or something like that of Buffy. Angel got canceled. I finished that out. It was not worth it. So I don't have a high opinion of anything after this either. In fact, I think it goes further downhill and it makes less sense even. And I don't know what they're going to do to like keep roping people in other than single issues on the market. Like they are beautiful, gorgeous covers that they keep pushing out. And it does not match the interiors.
What a bummer. I love the covers.
Mm-hmm.
I think single issues and floppies are what killing. I think that's what's killing this book in the long run, as far as story, as far as actual content. And I'm sure they made a lot of money off of covers, but man, the inside did not improve.
I don't know that I entirely agree because like we've read plenty of books, even the Buffy seasons that were beautifully done. And they came out in singles.
That's
you know
true,
what I mean? So
true.
it's really not an excuse. It's like, boom, just what are you doing? Like, I don't know what they're doing. And
yeah, it just was not a cohesive team putting this together.
And we're here now saying this when we were the ones going, rah, rah, yay, boom, doing something different. I'm interested, right? And
because at the beginning it was.
And I stand by that because this first volume, especially the Dan Morris stuff, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Was very interesting. I, liked what they were doing. I was curious where they were going to go. They had that big plot twist where you were like, huh? And that was very early on. I think that was too early on now that I've read more as well.
Yeah.
But, I think they did a way too much at once. And I think that's very clear with Hellmouth. I think it's clear when you continue after that because it's very much like, even in Hellmouth, there's a lot of this where I feel like they're sprinkling in like fan service, but like not good fan service. So it's like, here, remember this thing from the show? Remember this thing from the show? Here's a little bit. Here's the thing from the show. And it's like, y'all, we remember the show. What are you doing? Like, do something different. Like, do your own thing and don't make us remember things that were great when you're doing some garbage.
I would assume this comic series was basically a TV show in comic form. How wrong was I? So
very wrong.
So the Boom stuff that we're talking about is a reboot. So you could say, I would say that the Dark Horse stuff is, because the Dark Horse is a canon continuation of the TV show.
Yeah, continuation. Yeah, not the same episodes. Just
but continuation.
Continuation, yeah.
So I guess a lot of people thought when this would get rebooted that we would basically see kind of like with some differences, the beginning of Buffy again. She's in high school again. We thought she'd go through basically the same, like the bones would be the same, just a little bit of changes to keep it fresh. And then they were like,
and modernize stuff.
No. To the point where it was detrimental, I think. And we're pretty open. I mean, we'll read some trash for Buffy. We have gone through some bad books.
We've swam through the sea of garbage for Buffy and Angel.
We really did.
Angel. Oof.
And man, I can't. It's not like so horrendously bad that I'm offended, but it just doesn't work together. And I didn't mind the art in any of these. I really didn't.
If you keep reading, you may be offended because it gets worse. It's just like, so by the way, anyone who doesn't know, I don't know that we even said it. This is the Hellmouth event. So it does bring Angel and Buffy together. The whole thing really surrounds the Hellmouth is being activated. It's being opened. There's a key and they turn it. Drusilla turns it and opens the Hellmouth, and Buffy and Angel collide when they go into it, basically. And that's when they meet. And they're off in the Hellmouth doing their own thing. And then everyone else, you get to see what they're doing while Buffy's gone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like you said, it doesn't make sense. It was not necessary. I think this event happened way too fast too. Now that I'm thinking about it, like this was early on in the runs when they were like, we're going to do a big crossover. And it's like, you didn't need to. And you should have waited because maybe you should have established something before you threw this big willy-nilly event into it, Yeah,
and I don't know if they saw the writing on the wall or whatever, but the one common theme throughout all of these different books and the crossover, like you said, is just throwing up everything immediately. Every character that's in Buffy, they're like, we're going to give you all of them, except for like Wesley. Everybody else, they're like, you can have all of them immediately. Fred, she's here. Gunn, here. Like... all of the
from
Slayers,
season 7, he's here. Like, why?
They are all here. Congratulations. You didn't need them all here right away. Cordy, already part of the crew.
Yeah.
Here you go. But you didn't. I think it's way too fast because you don't have time to spend with anybody or really care about anybody. And the more you spend with other people, it takes away from the development of those characters and their relationships. So already you've created a situation where finally Buffy and Angel meet, and they're like I was telling Kristan before the show, they're like the end all be all soulmates. I prefer Spike and Buffy. I think they are the healthy one, but they're like, but Angel and Buffy are the star-crossed lovers. They can never be together. Blah blah blah. And I feel like you introduced it and killed it immediately. Like you can't come back from that. Like they're done.
Yeah.
Like, they just.
And there's nothing there too, right?
Also, you murdered the whole school. I guess.
Right? Like that was like what happened?
Okay.
And then they threw in, okay, we're jumping around because they are, okay, just so anyone knows. They threw in that random storyline of the kid from school kidnapping Cordy.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? It's so much of it. I was just like, what's happening? And then, of course, I've mentioned this before. Hayden and I talk about this. We play a game of, is this Buffy or Anya? Why am I having to guess if this is Buffy or Anya? Because they're both blonde. Like, that should be clear, and it's just not. And that's messed up. That is messed up.
Ugh. I hate it. I hate it.
I hate it, too.
And so we have, like, the whole Hellmouth event, which... was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like the art for the most part. At the end, the whole Scooby Gang shows up, and by Scooby Gang I mean like Willow and Anya and Cordy and Willow's girlfriend and that other Slayer's name I forgot, who was here way too early because I don't even know when Buffy would have died and brought her over. Personally, I know I missed that.
Kendra. Yeah. Yeah, the Buffy dying thing. So Hayden mentions that, let's see, earlier, right? Can we talk about how Buffy going into the Hellmouth counts as dying and activates Kendra? If that worked in the show, Willow wouldn't have been needed in the last episode. Yes, exactly. So they're saying because she was on another realm, because the Hellmouth counts as another realm, that because she wasn't on the Earth anymore, that activated a Slayer. And that's
how
stupid.
is she already ready?
Right? She was like, here I am. Let's go.
Because in the show, she had time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the time she showed up, she was developed and she was ready. She had, like, ready for the Slayer duties, right? Because she had time to figure that out. She had to watch her, whatever. Mm-hmm. This girl, me, like, okay, like, what?
Yeah,
Buffy wasn't gone that long.
We get some of the backstory about, like, where Kinda came from later on. So she was, like, training and stuff. But still, it's just, like, to throw it in now and just be like, oh, we messed up, let's figure it out later. That's what it felt like. It's like, oh, we messed up on, like, what's going on, so let's try to fix it. And it's like, you didn't. You failed.
And then they somehow just work it out. They all get together and come over out of nowhere. And I'm telling you, I read these all. I'm like, I don't know. I know that they were kind of hanging out and doing some stuff, but, like, when do you all just, like, yep, all together? Because at the same time, Buffy's like, yeah, Willow's ghosting me. I haven't seen her. Like, she's not talking to me. And she's just there with the whole crew.
It's just, yeah, just so much of it was a big what's happening.
And then we get the dumbest epilogue ever. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes me so angry. And then Kristan tells me I don't do anything with it. So what was the point? Because Willow shows up in some, I guess, alternate universe. I don't know if it's alternate universe or it's, like, years in the future, because Buffy works at a bar. She's in high school now, so she must be older. And she's there with some guy. And she's like, you've been making fun of me since we were kids. And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is because I can't tell anybody apart. It looked like Xander, but it can't be Xander.
But also kind of didn't look like Xander at the same time, right?
It can't be Sunnydale because she's not from there. So I was so confused. And Will was just like, hey, what's up? Killed a vampire. I look cute. Like, what? What does this mean? I don't understand.
It's not good. It's just not good.
I hate it, and I hate what they did with Fred. I'm so mad about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were talking about this beforehand too. Like, why does Fred need magic? Part of the, like, you know, because it's one thing if you want to reboot something and you want to change the characters. We were open to that, right? And they've done some interesting things that I think is nice and modernized, you know. But then there's things like Fred. Why did she need magic? Part of Fred's appeal is she's the smart, you know, girl who doesn't need the magic, and she's the scientist. And, like, why? And it just made her like, I'm out of my mind because I need like, what? Why, Fred?
And she was cute when I first saw her. I was like, oh, Pigtail's cute. And then towards the end, I was like, that's not her. What did she? And I like the art still overall compared to other things. But, like, by the end, I was like, that's not Fred. I don't know who you're drawing. This sexy lady. Yeah. That's not my friend. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. And I felt weird about Gunn because I felt like overall it wasn't a bad idea. I like overall he's not a bad character. It just didn't feel exactly true to him. I feel like you could have adapted a little bit differently, but
yeah, I didn't love the social media aspect of him. It didn't fit. I can change my idea of Gunn and what he is, right? But it still didn't make sense. It didn't feel authentic to me. It was like,
and changing his origin, I don't think was necessary. You should have kept it that his sister became a vampire, and that's who he's searching for, instead of like, hey, a friend got killed in front of me, and now I'm searching for the vampire who did it. Because then it's like, you changed his whole mode of vengeance, instead of like, you know, I don't know.
It's not as like personal and heartfelt, you know? It's like, I don't know.
And I like how Angel's like, oh yeah, I found you from your live streaming. And he's like, oh, well, it's a good thing you don't show, like, the vampires on the web or whatever. And I was like, what?
But wouldn't they not show up also?
That's true.
Because
I don't know.
Cameras and stuff. Like, what?
I don't know. I give this a 2 out of 10.
That's fair.
But mostly because of, I don't know what other people would feel like if they were reading it and they weren't invested either. But I don't know.
I think confused, right?
I think I'm downtrodden.
Yeah. Also, that weird storyline of like all the guys like going on a rage, like a crazy, like angry rage, was very oddly placed. You know, with like Giles just freaking out on Jenny, and it was like, I don't like any of this. Like, it was just not good.
Yeah. Don't understand. Well,
I do want to share some things that I tabbed with you.
Go for it. I'm in. Show that artwork.
Yeah, you were like, I'm fine with the art. I'm like, I'm not, because there are moments. Okay, so here was one. This is Buffy and Xander. But is it? Who are they? These people? What's happening here? That just looks, I don't know if that's that clear for you, but like, what? Even her over here, she said, what is that face? I don't know. Didn't like that. So that's one. That's one where I was like, ugh. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, hold on. There was something weird. Okay, so you know the part in the Angel crossover issue, I suppose, where they were in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is what I want to show you. So then there's just moments with art throughout all of this. And this is a different artist now. So look at this hand. They didn't even draw lines in that hand. What are we doing? You didn't even try a little bit. Look at that. What? That's crazy. So, didn't like that.
Also, do you ever think about people in movies and books who are like, oh, I gotta use my blood on something? They always cut their hand. You don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to cut your hand, and then your hand will hurt. You can do things with it. Why would you cut your palm?
Yeah.
It's very upsetting. They're like, oh, why?
Yeah, like, pick something. Even just like a finger or something, Yeah,
like, you have to use this.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Hurts.
You're right.
A cut on your palm hurts.
You're so right. All right, here's my next one, which is Robin getting real. Like, is he that angry, or is it just because this artist draws eyes like a maniac?
Okay, when I said I like the art, I guess what I should have said is I don't like Buffy 9 through 12 art. Fair. I like the other two.
That's fair. Which, back to that artist, this is Cordelia, but I wouldn't have known if she wasn't screaming Cordelia. Look at that. Can you see that? What is that face?
Yeah, I will reiterate what we said last month, reviewing Volume 1, was that this art might be fine for something else. It does not work for Buffy, because you have to you are making real people, and it definitely does not work following Dan Mora's art.
Not at all. And the stuff in the Hellmouth with Drusilla, which we talked about before, but like,
I was confused. I didn't know if it was actually Drusilla, because then it wasn't later. It was the Master in Drusilla. Also, why does the Master look different now?
Yeah, like, none of it makes sense. It's
why is the Master like a big buff dude?
That's not Drusilla. And also,
the Master's supposed to be this like wrinkly guy, and they were like, actually,
for Punchmouth,
actually, he's like ripped.
Yeah, it's like, what are we changing that for? Yeah, that was the weirdest change. I will say, this little demon guy that's like making the stew in the Hellmouth. Yeah, this guy. I did love him.
I do love him.
I loved him. That was a good addition. Thank you for that, Boom. But everything else.
Let me catch up on comments. Yeah. If Boom keeps this going, do you think we'll get a crossover with Doomslayer from Doom? I can see the tagline, when two Slayers come together to destroy the demons from Hell and Mars. Who even knows?
Yeah, at this point, they'll do anything, right?
Hayden says, Maddie, that was them attempting to set up a multiverse like Boom Power Rangers did. And I love that. I've got the whole board game for that book. They kill Power Rangers. It was wonderful. What is this? Happy holidays, great seeing you, man. Can't wait for Maddie to get to that Angel issue where Spike looks like a chunky splotch. I'm telling you, hey, I'm not reading anymore.
I've sent you all the images, I think, anyway. I'm like, here, what's this? What's this? It's like, oof. It's not good. It's not good at all. This is my last one, and this was just a general, like, what are her legs?
I will say that picture was weird.
What are her ankles doing here? Like, what?
What are her elbows doing?
What? Yeah, this is just a weird.
And she's got Lara Croft Tomb Raider boob, where it's just like,
yes,
the pointy one.
Exactly it. Oh, it's not. Didn't like that at all.
Uh-oh.
No. And that was a different artist again. So it's like, what are we doing?
I've lost my faith in you, Boom. At least for this. I trusted you when this came to you. What did you do with it? This is a big property. It should not be that hard. I feel like some people, when they get these like properties that are from like movies or shows or whatever, it's like they're like, hey, listen, it's a show, it's going to sell. We don't have to do anything. And that's a mistake.
Or even like, I think it's pretty arrogant. Now that I've experienced this Buffy, I think it's actually pretty arrogant for them to be like, I know there's 7 seasons and some more in comics, and they all did that whole thing, and they had really good established characters that everyone loves, but let's just do something completely different and change all the characters to how we want it to be. And we'll kill it. And it's like, no, you're way too arrogant about it because you did not. I hate to say it,
but they CW'd it.
Mm-hmm.
And not in the good kind.
Yeah, that's fair.
You had a chance. A reboot is easy. You don't have to do too much.
Yeah.
But if you go too fast, it doesn't make sense for new readers. I know who these characters are, and even I'm like, you did too much.
Yeah.
You got to slow down. You got to slow down. You take the time to introduce new readers and get old readers excited. Buffy was popular not because of all the stuff that went down, but because of the Monster of the Week format. It works. And people need to stop pretending like it doesn't. Like, oh, we got to rush it. We have to do a big event. You don't. Monster of the Week works. It works if you're reading it. It works if you're watching it. There's a reason why those shows are popular. And there's a reason why those shows stop being popular when you do too much.
Yeah.
Buffy's good because it's dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Absolutely.
And I like that it's dumb.
Yeah.
And they could give us Monster of the Week in the books with an overarching plot. They did it. They gave us those. There's a reason why those are sold out. People want them.
Yeah, that's exactly
people at home, you can't tell, but I'm pointing at my Dark Horse library editions.
Yes. That's the thing too, right? It's like they finally got a property that they didn't have for a long time that another publisher established and did very well. Yes, I understand. They're like, well, they did that really well. Maybe we should do something else. But at the same time, even if you just want to reboot it, look at what they did. Look at what they did really well that people liked. And then do your thing. Don't copy them, but like do your thing. If you don't want to continue it, then fine. Just here's what they did. I mean, it's not like they had a guidebook. You know what I mean?
If they did what Power Rangers did, go back to Buffy in high school, canon Buffy, and be like, "Hey, alternate universe stuff is happening."
Fine,
How cool would that have been?
All about that.
And be like, "Hey, ooh, we messed up. Actually, Buffy in alternate universe taking over the world." Just copy and paste. I would have been like, hell yes.
I'm into that. Like, yeah, start over Buffy, season 1.
The crew everywhere else. Like, what are they doing in other universes? Is there one where like Buffy's super evil and she's with Ant and Jealous and they're happy together? Evil but happy?
Do a whole what if series if you want. Yeah. Do like 5-issue arcs of like Buffy in this universe. Okay, let's go to this one. Buffy, fine. Like,
what if Anya and Xander actually got married?
Yeah, do a whole what
if Xander died and Anya never dies?
Yes. Absolutely.
That'd be great.
A whole let's follow Anya in the demon world or whatever. Yeah, okay. Like, let's do more of that.
What if Cordelia was the Slayer?
Give me it. Yes. There's endless opportunities there that they could have done.
Absolutely. They went full Riverdale's. What happened?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Do you mean the the steak?
The steak? I haven't. Is Mr. Fun? I don't remember.
Hope he is.
I would think because they're trying to cram so much stuff from their show that they probably did that. Yeah.
I think Monster of the Week still works even with streaming because I think a lot of people, when you tend to go back to shows, are very comfortable watching Monster of the Week. It's a very easy format to get behind and watch.
Yeah.
I still think it works. There's a reason why people built a whole like tabletop role playing game on that. Literally called Monster of the Week. It's very good. Now I'm tired.
Yeah, I just think about, the kind of changes from the characters at first that we were like interested in. I think after this particular event, I don't know that any of them I like the changes to. Like, I think about Robin and how it's like, okay, this is interesting because he's not a principal in season 7. He's a teenager with them. He still has the backstory about his mother, which is like what makes him interesting.
Yeah, very cool.
And he wants to be a slayer, but like obviously never got called because he can't be a slayer. But and then they took the Hellmouth event, and he just got the most like weird whiny attitude about everything and just going off and over, and then just like doesn't want to accept like his path in life or what. It just like was like, oh, now I hate Robin. Like I'm just
and I was excited.
In season 7.
I was excited. They went like the little movie date. I was like, oh
yeah, it was cute. And then they did this, and it's like, you think I hate him now. So interesting. And
it would have been much more interesting if like Angel was around. She started to fall for Angel, and then she had to deal with like the NC team
give
bullshit
me a little love triangle. Yeah, why not? Like, but they didn't do all that. Kendra, why did we introduce Kendra? Can we just go there?
I like Kendra a lot, and I do think that she unfortunately was underutilized in the show. I would have loved more Kendra.
Introduced Kendra for like no reason.
It was too early.
Yeah, like
because Faith is also around.
That's the thing, right?
I'm happy to see Faith. Why is Faith around? I'm still confused. I know I didn't read the other part, but like
no, and they never really like.
How could she also be there?
You get moments of it just doesn't make sense. They're just like, oh, because Buffy's on another realm. I'm like, can we stop calling in Slayers? Can we just stop it? Like
that's not how it works.
It's not like it was like a season 7 situation, okay?
No,
you're not supposed to have all the Slayers right now.
It's supposed to be just the one Slayer. That's why it's a big deal. You're like, oh, actually 3, but we're not going to explain why. Really, like they're just all there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and they make that a big deal because they're like, they are the Slayer, and it's like, okay, but it's not cute, and you're not even utilizing all of them. So,
anyways, I hate it. Now I need to talk about something else. I hate it.
Yeah, we don't necessarily recommend this. And again, it does go down. I feel like it goes more downhill after this. Sadly,
yeah, I'm good now. And I'm usually committed. I'm good. I don't want to read anymore.
Yeah.
What's everyone else reading? What's up?
What's something good we can read, y'all? Actually, we should talk about that if anyone wants us to read something for next month. We don't know what we're reading, so that's fun.
Yeah, I have no idea. I need to decide. I know one thing I'm reading next month for Old Reader, New Reader, and that's Power Rangers. And I haven't decided anything else. I did watch Hawkeye, and I would like for Kristan to watch Hawkeye because I feel like she'll have the same feelings about Kate Bishop that I do.
Okay.
And you'll know when you see it.
Okay.
You'll know what I'm talking about. She exudes a certain energy.
Oh, okay. I'm already assuming. Yep. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Did you both watch Cowboy Bebop? I enjoyed this series. I'm on episode 8. I was just telling Kristan about it before the show because, like everybody, she's seen some not great stuff on the internet about it. But I'm looking
forward to it. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do a video about it or something, but I'm busy. So I liked it. Hey, and I'm not reading anymore. I'm never gonna get caught up. I'm done. I don't want to be hurt like this. I can read webtoons, okay?
Yeah, Hayden, are you saying Hayden said at least it's canceled and the January issue's then? Okay, I don't even know if I remember hearing that, but that makes sense. So what are they going to do? I don't know.
Did you finish Chobits? I
didn't. I read the first volume and the new deluxe editions, and I have volume 2, but I never got the rest. So I wanted to wait till I got the rest to like read the rest. So I haven't finished it, but I'd like to.
Sorry.
You're all good.
I think it really did tire me out.
Yeah, you read Hellmouth and you're just like, what's happening? No, I'm tired. I get it. I got tired too.
I agree. I think Haley's a perfect Kate Bishop. Also, I mean, it's just the comic book, pretty much, just with some extra stuff. They have so if you like Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, you'll like the show.
That's what I assumed it was. And I was telling my dad earlier, I was like, you should read Matt Fraction's Hawkeye before you watch this. He's like, oh, well, I read the early Kate Bishop stuff. I'm like, no. This is like the modern stuff, but you have it right.
Yeah, it's so good. And they even have like the tracksuit mafia that does like, hey, bro. Like, it's so good.
Awesome.
And Pizza Dog is perfect.
Of course. As long as they get Pizza Dog right. That's what matters.
Oh, yeah. He only has one eye.
Oh, love that. I'm a sucker for a one eye, you know.
Me too. On a lighter note, my grandma's watching Shang-Chi and now she's a Simu fangirl. Yes. Does she also like Kim's Convenience? Because I love that show so much.
Oh, it's so good. I miss it
so much. And did you see that the I know you don't go there, but Appa, the guy who plays Appa, got cast as the grandpa. Iroh in Avatar, the live action.
Oh no.
Series.
I was like, what are you saying to me? No.
I know. There's a bunch of words. I'm on vacation brain.
No, I totally get it.
I did film my favorite or my top 10 manga video this morning.
Oh, that's fun.
On Near Mint sometime next month. It's really hard to remember what manga I really like and what I've read because I've read so much and then I just forget. So it was tough to put together like a list.
I want you to spoil that for me after we're done.
Yeah, I will.
I gotta know. I want to know your list.
I did put Amanda's Cat as like an honorable mention.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But you'll know most of them. Monster, Uzumaki, Witch Hat Atelier.
Nice.
The typical.
That's exciting. Yeah.
I threw One Piece on there.
Of course. You have to.
Oh, good. I'm sorry. Oh. Have you read Soupy Leaves Home? It's really good. Soupy Leaves Home.
I got that from the library once, and I didn't read it. That's my whole story. But I want to.
Oh, it's by Cecil Castellucci. I like her. Yeah, I have not read it, but that art looks cute, and I like her, so I'll read it. Lucky the Pizza Dog has a new one-shot comic on Marvel Limited. Oh,
that's cute.
That's cute.
I'll read that. Just like it's Jeff.
It's been on my list.
Oh, you'll read it in 2 seconds. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna have to end earlier today. I had energy, I swear. Now I'm like yawning and like, you know when you yawn, you tear up, like my makeup's just coming off.
Oh yeah. We can't see that. Sure you can. Yeah, I don't know what I want to read next month. Yeah, it's like we were talking about. Were we talking about like winter or Christmas themed comics? But all there is like Claus.
Yeah,
that's it. It's like
Claus is great,
which we love, but
yeah, I don't know. I'd love to. Yeah, I really for Christmas for December. I really want some like cozy reads. I just feel like that's what I want. Yeah. Are there any Hallmark comics? Are there any like Hallmark adjacent comics? I want to feel good in December.
Yeah.
I want to have Cocoa every time we do a show.
I'm like looking around. I'm like, what are the feel good nice things that I have? So definitely avoid like a lot of things we read. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Let me see. Christmas comics. I hope it's all old stuff.
Yeah.
Like Archie.
That. Yeah, like
or like specials.
Disney strips and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's nothing.
It's hard.
Sorry, guys. I know that we are like wicked exciting right now while we're looking
about what to read. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just specials. Oh, that's not a bad idea. If there's an easy way for me to read it, because Maison Ikoku, the Rumiko Takahashi book.
Yeah,
Let's read a manga.
I read 2 volumes. It's great.
Is there something free we can read on like
Comixology?
Shonen Jump or Comixology?
Something? Yeah.
Oh, Chris recommended Nuclear Winter 3-trade series. Let me look at it. Nuclear Winter comic. Oh, that looks cute. I've never heard of that. It turns out surviving nuclear winter is hard, but surviving your 20s is even harder. This original graphic novel is perfect for fans of Giant Days. I like it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nuclear Winter. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a Boom comic. Maybe they'll do this one right.
Have you read the DC young adult graphic novel Whistle, a New Gotham Hero? Picked it from my local comic book store because it looked really good. Haven't heard of it before. No, I haven't.
I haven't read that one yet.
I'm a little behind on my my stuff. Okay, so we got Nuclear Winter. Maybe a Shonen Jump comic or something. That would be cool. Let's see. Let me awkwardly log on to the app.
Love your song.
I do my best for everybody to have a good time while I'm literally doing work on stream instead of paying attention. Guys, recommend us a Shonen Jump manga we can read that we will have fun with and not feel dead inside.
Yeah, also, like, make sure it's not 1 million volumes, please. Thank you so much.
Well, we could just read part of it if that's the case.
That's fair, yeah.
It won't be too bad. Let's see. Yep, I'll just ask for recommendations. Yeah, I'm brain dead. But hey, Nuclear Winter sounds great. Oh, hey. Thank you. Hello, Max Appleman. Sorry for popping in late. I've watched the whole Buffy TV show several times. I've never read any of the comics. Do you recommend them? Anything I should know before diving in? Thank you. You've come to the right place, the right people. Because we've read
with a hard answer, though. With a really difficult answer, unfortunately.
Ooh, yeah. I recommend, if you like Buffy alive, watch the whole show, I recommend reading the Dark Horse comic books because they are a direct continuation and canon to the show. However, I do not know an easy way for you to read those anymore because it is impossible to buy the Dark Horse books. Basically, they're very difficult. A lot of them are very out of print. In fact, we both have the whole collection. If we sold it right now, it'd be like thousands of dollars.
Truly, which is crazy.
Even
the trades are very out of print. Unfortunately,
and you can't read them on Comixology anymore either.
Exactly. They've taken those down because the rights have transferred. So that sucks. But I will say, if you are very interested, I know most of everyone watching, and us included, we're not big single issue people. It is the easiest and cheapest way to get the full Buffy run of the seasons. So definitely look into that. I've found them like for like dollars and dollar bins, you know? So like...
Yeah. Or check your local library because maybe some of them will have...
That's true. They could have those, like some of the seasons on the shelves. But if you are looking to get it, that's probably your cheapest way to go. Unfortunately, also kind of fortunately, because like you can't get them for quite cheap. Again, maybe there's an issue here and there that aren't. I don't know, but I usually find them at like every dollar bin I ever look in, which is cool. So
yeah,
there is a way to still access it. And I know you're like probably like, oh, single issues, because most people are here, but it's worth it. It's worth reading it, and you're not going to pay $1 billion for a trade. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the best Buffy comics out there for sure. The seasons. There's Dark Horse stuff before that, and you can pretty easily access those. Even Boom is reprinting them in the Legacy editions. You'll see the Buffy Legacy editions. They're nice thick trades, but that's stuff that predates the season, so it's not in continuity. It's not canon, and they're not that great. They're nice trades, but they're not that great. But the seasons are really, really good. I'm
still scrolling through Shonen Jump again. James recommends Sakamoto Days, but I didn't see it. Oh, now I do. Oh, Sakamoto Days actually looks good. That's a good idea. It's this hitman. He's an old guy.
Okay, cute.
That could be fun.
I'm writing it down.
We've got options.
Love options.
Actually, that's all we would need is just 2, right? Because an end would be one piece ideally.
Yeah.
And then the beginning is Reeds and Halls.
Yeah, I'm in. We got
done. Killed
Thanks,
it.
everyone.
Good job. Ooh. What's tricky for the clog-wearing, butter-churning Dutch people like me is that there aren't a lot of comic book stores at all. So depending on what's available online, so single issues might be hard. In that case, I'm gonna say something I shouldn't, which is download it somewhere.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's a legal way to digitally read this anymore.
There's got to be some way. I would normally recommend it if there wasn't.
That's like your Comixology, and it's not on Amazon.
Oh, so you meant a legal way. Yes.
No, legal.
Yeah, there's not a legal way to download it, but there's a different way.
That probably is, yeah.
I think that might be best. I would always, we are very much like, if we can find a way to read something legally, we're very big on it. Because, I'd love to pay for more ways to read manga, like we've said a million times. But
well, and if you want to fork out the money, and there may be lots on like eBay of the single issues that you can get for a decent price.
Yeah.
If you want to do it that way.
All right. Well, I think it might be a good idea to call it early just because I've gotten sleepy, which is silly. It is.
I hear you.
The afternoon. But I do want to say I hope everybody had a good holiday. If you're here and you had a holiday, I hope it was good. If you're still in the middle of your holiday, like I have another one on Sunday, I hope that it's good. If not, maybe you should have a long weekend. I hope you have a long weekend. And if not, I just hope you have a good day.
I agree. I also think it's Black Friday. You should shop at InStockTrades.com, where they do have higher percentages off right now on DC and Marvel. So do that.
And we'll be back next week. I don't know when. We'll let you know our schedule on Twitter. Have a good day, everybody.